Hello and welcome to my video game review series. My review about, and today we're doing a really old original game for the PlayStation 1. Yep, and very iconic. Made by Hideo Kojima. If you don't already know, just from that fact, you should probably already know. And he's known for making very long cutscenes, which is true. If you don't already know what I'm talking about, today we are reviewing Metal Gear Solid, the original game. Yes, my friends. I finally beat this game, like last night, or it was like 2 days ago, I forget. Anyway, the game's like 8 hours. You play as Solid Snake. There's some really the cutscenes for its time is iconic and like really good. I forgot to mention, Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation 1 is a 2-disc game. Yeah. I would like to say about 4 hours each disc, I think. I'm not completely certain, but I remember both discs combined, it's 8 hours. And yeah, you play as Solid Snake. It's more of a its combat system is very much like Thief, if you ever played that, like the PC version or the new Thief game. It's kind of like that, where but it's very tight on that system. With Metal Gear Solid, it's more of a sneaky kind of game. But with the combat system, the way it works is from the get-go of the game, is like a prologue kind of a thing, and the credits are still playing, but any sudden noise that you make can distract or alert a guard. So it gives you that kind of feel of what the whole game's gonna be just in the first level, but what you're trying to do is trying to stay alive until the elevator shows up. Which basically what they did there was just to let the credits pop up long enough. But anyway, yeah. Probably for the cutscenes, like 2.5 hours were probably all of the cutscenes, and the other like 2 hours, like, actually no, sorry, I'm stupid. It was like 3.5 hours were just cutscenes, and then like the other hours was combat, but the combat was so entertaining. And if you actually listen to the cutscenes in this game, it'll blow you away. Like, it gives you what games today doesn't really give you, unless you've played games earlier, like Life is Strange, that new one by what was it? There was Life is Strange, and then there was Tales from the Borderlands, and then there was I can't think of it. Whatever it was. It was by a famous game developer. I can't remember his name though. Games like those, the cutscenes are the are basically just like Metal Gear Solid cutscenes are, and in my opinion, just like the other game I reviewed by Hideo Kojima, it was also a Metal Gear Solid game. I still think Hideo Kojima should have been a movie director, or like been into making movies or whatever. And there was some very funny things that, like, how you could kill a person. I remember this one. It was like really freaking funny. There was a guy in the bathroom, and he was using the urinal, and you could go up behind him and choke him, and it was like really funny. There was like so many like humorous kind of ways to kill people, but there were a lot of like very thoughtful and hard bosses you had to do. I think like one was at the very start. It was really hard. Like, it took me about an hour and a half to beat because I suck when it comes to like classic games from PS2 down. I suck at them. I already know this. Because like any boss, I suck at when it comes to PS2 and down. I suck at them. I don't know why, but I just do. So it takes me about an hour and a half to beat every boss of Metal Gear Solid. Not every boss. I mean, like, the first boss took me about an hour and a half, and I got kind of used to it. So it took me about maybe 30 minutes for the rest. I don't know. But the kind of sense I got from this game is you're probably gonna die a lot. It's one of those games where it's like trial and error, where you try something, it doesn't work, go to the next. That doesn't work, go to the next. But those kind of games I suck at because I get mad when it comes to those kind of games because I hate trial and error. Oh, I wish I could have just like figured it out the first time. That's my kind of thing that I love to do. Is just I want to do it first time, and then get it over with, and go to the next. But I couldn't do that. I tried to do that with this game. I died miserably. I failed. So I just got used to it, and I just, as soon as I transferred over to the normal way you're supposed to play it, I did fine. Until the boss fights, of course. Then I kind of got a little bit of difficulty, but most of the gameplay I did pretty good with. But yeah, about 8 hours. I loved the game. Oof. I loved the ending though as well. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and give you my rate for the game. What I like about the game is the fact, not my rate, I'm not gonna give you my rate, I'm gonna give you my thoughts of the game. I love the cutscenes. I love the story, even though I was still kind of like confused about what was going on until like the mid part of the game. Then I was just like, oh, okay. Then, yeah, I love the game. I love the controls. I love the gameplay. I love the story. I don't really like the combat that much, because it's trial and error. But I don't really like that sort of game. It's a good game, but for me, I don't like it. The time for the game is fine. For 2 discs, 8 hours, I'll take that. And for a PlayStation game, this is really good. Like, if you still have an original PlayStation, and if you've never played any of the Metal Gear Solid games, I recommend you go to your local store and see if you have this game. Now I'll give you my rate. Let's see. I'm gonna try to give you a good rate for like games I've played recently, which I've basically played every PS3 game possible. I just haven't reviewed them or put them on YouTube yet. By yet, I probably never will. You know what? I'm gonna give this game just a 7. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for tuning in. See you next time.